As always, shout out to Dan on Twitter for posting 5 observations from Bengals practice yesterday. And starting off right away, yes, obviously, the elephant in the room is Trey. Until that situation gets figured out, though, I don't think there's going to be an update. The defensive players started with a circuit of ball disruption drills. Our number one job is to support our quarterback. And people ask, what does that mean as a defensive coordinator? We got to get him the ball. Yeah, no, I 1,000% agree with that. I think that's one of the most important things ever. And by the way, look at that. Absolute unit. Carter looked really good yesterday. And I mean beyond good. And I know, it's training camp. I'm not training camp, but it's a workouts, okay? But still, he looked really good yesterday. So far, so good for Jermaine Burton, who is eager to prove himself reliable and a productive target for Joe Burrow in his second season. I know they have really high hopes and expectations for me, and I can't wait to show them what I'm capable of. Oh, okay. Hold up. See, if it wasn't for the Trey stuff, this would be probably the best offseason of all time. Because think about it. If Trey would have gotten signed, right, and this whole situation isn't happening, we got Chase signed, we got T signed, we got Mike back, new defensive coordinator, new positional coach, and new offensive line coach, and Jermaine Burton is getting his crap together? I would say pinch me, I'm dreaming, but this would be heaven. The only difference is the Trey stuff's going on. Cody Ford is among the candidates to start at right guard. He's excited to work with a new offensive line coach, Scott Peters. I think some of the stuff we're doing is amazing. I've talked to other guys who have been coached by him before, and they all have great things to say. Yeah, Scott Peters is good. Scott Peters is really good. And I'm so excited to see what he does and how he develops. Man, well, it develops our talent, I want to say. He is a really, really good option. All right, now we get to the good stuff. Barrett Carter. Our 4th-round pick, Barrett Carter. He had 3 interceptions and 24 passes defense at Clemson. I see, for a second, I thought he was going to say deflected or something. But he was probably one of the most instinctual players in the draft class, said linebacker coach Mike Hodges. That pays dividends in a lot of ways. Watch this play by our boy Carter, okay? He is hunting. Watch this. So he goes left, and bam! Now, again, listen, he's not known for his hands, but, man, just went up there and snagged that ball. He just went up there and snagged that ball. Now, I know it's a drill, and I know that's what they're supposed to do, and he knows it's going to be right there. But I don't know why. I just think about the old, Madden clips whenever, a defensive back or a safety gets an interception, or even a linebacker. They always say, if he has hands like that, he'd be a wide receiver. Something like that. So every time I see, non-offensive players snagging the ball like that, gets me excited. It looks like 6'5", 340-pound TJ Slayton has the bulk and lateral quickness to help shore up the run defense. That's what I do. When it comes to the list of things to do, I got to stop the run before I can rush the passer or play the screen. I got to stop the run first. And this is what he's really good for. This is what he's his best at, is shutting down the run, which if you look at our defense last year, we couldn't stop the run. And although we love Trey Hendrickson, Trey can't stop the run either. Trey's not good against the run. He is a pass rusher, and that's pretty much it. Now, again, he gets paid to be a pass rusher at the end of the day, but that's what he is good at, is stopping, or is getting to the quarterback. But you look at players like Myles Garrett, like Mad Max Crosby, like TJ Watt, and you see that they can shut down the run and they can get to the quarterback. They're a 1-2 punch, which is really easy to, look at those guys and say, like, wow, they could do everything. Trey is one-dimensional, but it's okay because he is the best. But again, like I said, it's one of those situations where you look at it and you're like, man, Trey's amazing, but he's, again, one-dimensional. So, but you look at those guys, you're like, that's insane. So, listen, at the end of the day, I don't think we're going to trade Trey. I don't think we're going to get rid of Trey. Trey's going to be on our squad this upcoming year. I hope we figure out a contract with him. If not, he will sit out, as he said many times. He will not play under his current deal. So he is going to, again, I guess, sit out then. It's a very toxic situation with Trey. And I think a lot of people got confused with my video. I am on Trey's side. I truly am on Trey's side. As in, I think that the Bengals should have paid him 2 years ago. And I think this whole 1-year contract he's on right now, I don't think he should have ever been on that. I think we should have given him a long-term contract 2 years ago, and we should have stopped playing around and messing around with this whole thing. At the same time, though, again, I go off principles. So that's also another factor here. My principles say you play out your contract, you sign the contract, you honor it. That's just how I look at it. But again, like I said, I do understand his frustrations. And I think right now, especially looking at this offseason, just pay him. Okay, just pay Trey. Give him a new contract, pay him, because it's not worth it. At the end of the day, you got to look at it like this if you're the Bengals. Is it worth all this back and forth and all this toxic relationship and this, absolute awful situation? Is it worth it? No. Just pay him, get it over with, and move on. So that's kind of how I look at it. My opinion is to pay him, but again, like I said, I do go off principle, so I'm always going to give my thoughts and opinions based on that. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. See you guys next one. Peace.